Hello there. Hello there. Haha. Good morning, good morning, everyone. You guys had a fantastic evening and a fantastic night's rest. Doing pretty okay on this end. I slept early and got up super early. I was just up a bit, but it was only like a small burst of energy, so I was up for like maybe an hour and then went back to sleep. It was really fucking weird. Like the bad old days of doing Firewatch. Yeah. Checking on stuff, checking on stuff. Like we're all good? Oh, a little bit. I'm still bringing stuff up, but you know, we're getting back to more of the normal. Okay. Yep, search for clues or news. By the way, I talked back and forth with the developer, and they said we did in fact miss an interaction point. We did miss an interaction point, so I will show you guys what interaction point we missed. Also on this, I'm kind of stalling on this encounter because I need to explain some things. So, yeah. Because again, there's going to be it's getting closer and closer to the climax, and then there's going to be a brief downturn, and then because things will stabilize for just a little bit, but it's literally the calm before the storm, right? Chicken soup on me. Yeah, thank you. I will get that in a month or 2 months, whenever YouTube decides to actually give it out. Bastard bitches. Bastard bitches. All right, let me add your thing in. There we go. Added. All right. All right, let's see. There we go. Okay, I think that'll be good enough. That should be good enough. That should hold us for a while. Also, that Slavic werewolf game we were playing, apparently they redid some of the animations. Alright. Anyways, I'll show you guys the clue we were missing. Well, the interaction we were missing, right? No, it wasn't Slav jank thus far. Like, it was pretty okay. But it was in the mines, by the way. But they said they redid the animations and everything. This is what we were missing right here. Mine tunnel. Can you fucking believe it? Can you fucking believe it? How much did we scrub everything else? How did we never hit this spot? You know what I mean? I even did this. How did we never hit this spot? I was like, oh, red cable. I guess that's that there. You know, how? How did we never hit this bounding box? Right? Oh. Genuinely. Oh. Oh, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. Alright, look. Several stones are scattered over Mr. Buford's body. It looks like the cave ceiling crumbled and nearly gave way. A small cave-in? A small cave-in. That's gotta be fixed. But Rocky always brags about how they've never had a cave-in since he took over the mines. The way the ceiling is broken, it's possible this cave-in was triggered deliberately. Someone broke the rocks apart. Why would they do that? Are they trying to frame my poor Rocky? Bet it was that reporter woman looking for a story. Temper now. We gain nothing by flinging accusations at this point in the investigation. No, you're right. I just don't see Rocky doing something like this. Mine is his pride and joy. Buford's walking stick is nowhere to be found. Miss Hookwell said it was disposed of. More evidence this sack was involved. These heavy stones could have taken Buford's life. Was it an accidental cave-in, or was it triggered deliberately? Deliberately. So we know that that's a red herring. Hold on a second. We know this is a red herring. Oops. Where is it? Yeah, no. We know that's wrong. We know that's incorrect. The ceiling seems to hold firm when struck. Only a small number of rocks above the beam came loose. Be careful, Mr. Noxley. You might bring down the whole mine. Could still be people inside. Not if it's closed off, mind. And more importantly, this demonstrates that the mine is not as fragile as it seems. Rather, something struck quickly and deliberately against the beam in order to cause this miniature cave-in. Maybe a pick or something? Do you think that's what caused Norman's injury? Since he didn't have a helmet? I cannot say for sure. I did not sense any blood on the rocks or tools nearby outside, though. This does not appear to be any sort of natural cave-in either way. Should be safe to investigate for the time being. Sense of musty air. Musty coal air. Ugh. Sorry, I had a bit of bean. Sense of musty coal air, coal dust, and fresh rain. What I don't sense is any explosive or combustive powder. Rocky says they use explosives deep in the mines to uncover new areas. They wouldn't use it at the entrance, would they? That is my understanding as well. Merely speculating how these rocks could have broken free from the ceiling. If it were an explosion, we likely would have heard it from the manor grounds. This collapse happened nearly silently. Nothing remarkable about the flavor of these stones. I'll have a second taste just to be sure. Mr. Noxley! That cannot be good for your teeth. Oh, very well. Tastes no foreign substances on the stones anyway. That includes a lack of blood. That's good though, right? Is that good? Serves as more evidence that these rocks were likely not a direct cause of Buford's death. When I moved these stones aside, I found something on the ground. Appears to be made of leather. It looks like it's hanging from Norman's belt. It must have come loose when he fell. That's it. There was a knife stuck in the soil near the garden. This is that wayward weapon scabbard. Oh, I see. Must be Norman's work knife. What do you think happened? Was he using it? Cannot say for certain. The way it was stuck into the ground, he may have thrown it after pulling it from its pouch. Why would he suddenly need a knife in the garden? I only assume he was using it as a weapon. A weapon? Goodness. I don't think anyone else reported being injured by a knife, right? Correct. That means Buford wielded the knife intending to use it, but he was struck down before he could attack. Norman was threatening someone else? Maybe he was killed in self-defense then. Goodness! That is my assumption. What troubles me now is that Buford's killer chose to keep this altercation a secret. But Norman has always gotten along so well with everyone here. The staff all love him, Mr. Noxley. He could have had a good reason. Or he could have been brandishing it against a visitor or an intruder. Oh, maybe. Doesn't seem like him at all, though. Rock is too solid for my magic to penetrate. I was not able to sense a death echo near the entrance here. What if something happened deeper inside the mines? Should careful if you decide to go further in. I suppose it's possible that Buford perished deeper in the mines. That would explain why I cannot sense a death echo here. He did? What was he doing inside the mines without a light? He's worked here for so long. He should know better. Unless he was compelled or lured inside for some reason. Either way, I do not sense his death echo here. I have the house lamp I borrowed from the common area, but no sense in risking our safety until I know for certain. Okay, so... shows an attempt to hide it. Shows this was no mere accident. Yeah, but they might lie and say that that was, you know... You know he wasn't crushed by the rocks. Fuck. Fuck. Okay, hold on a second. Get out of here. Sit here with me thoughts. Oh, we can't do the thing while we're here. Damn it. Fine. I'll stay at the mines. You bastard bitches. But yeah, Grindus, we missed this. This is what we missed. Okay. So. I think last alive at the garden is a hide his body, right? Here, I'll show you guys. I think hiding the body, last alive in garden, it fits better. What shows it was no mere accident? Yeah, I know. Which ones only imply an accident? Or don't imply an accident? I'd say attack in self-defense implies it's not an accident. Attack and self-defense applies, it's not an accident. The crush by rocks means it could have been a cave-in. So that, we know he didn't die by the rocks. We know that's incorrect. Again, blunt object, they could just say a rock did it, right? It's like, Hey, Pip Pip. I think for this logic, the blow to the head would work the best. I don't believe he was killed deeper in the mines. I think that's why the minecart has the scratch on it. I think they rushed it out to go get him. Get the body. Right? And they dumped the body into the cart and then dumped it out here. Let me give it a shot. Let's see what you have. I don't know what he's gonna say. I don't know what he's gonna say about the head blow. Any signs that this death was not an accident? Perhaps. Someone attacked Norman in self-defense. Norman suffered a blow to the head by a blunt object. Mr. Buford was struck on the side of the head. The way the rocks lay are inconsistent with his head wound. Okay, thank God. Okay, I didn't know if he was gonna make that for us or not. Instead, something struck him as he held his knife, causing him to throw it aside as he fell to the ground. That's why I feel this is no mining accident. He was brandishing his knife as a weapon against someone else. That's horrible! A quarrel amongst the staff members? You don't think Rocky? I cannot rule anyone out. Unfortunately, he was still the only person with the key to the mining area. But I still lack the logistics and the motive behind the attack to make a formal accusation. Of course, I feel the cave-in was either a rushed cover-up or unrelated, but it was not the cause of death. I don't now. Crushed by rocks might work now that we know that he said it's not the cause of death, right? So now I'm worried. Oh shit, I should have put that in first before it would have done it. Yeah, he was last alive in the garden. And it seems like a fellow laborer was involved. Remember, Henri and Davy, right? Yeah, Henri and Davy are the two that are sus right now. Davy is missing, or Henri's missing. We don't know which one, because we don't have Henri's wearing the mask right now. I have a feeling Henri is dead as well, and Davy's the killer. That's my feeling, right? We need them to take the mask off. Davy's got a pretty noticeable fucking scar, and he's got blue eyes, right? He also has fur dots on his eyebrows. So if he tries to like cover the scar, we know it's we know that it's not Henri because we'll see the fur dots. I think he might be a sun bearer as well, but we can't jump to that conclusion yet, right? I think Davy might be trying to get into the house, right? He might be trying to get next to Fetafort or Fortifet. What was the other miasma dragon? He's trying to get to the miasma dragon. I'm going to take a risk here. We're going to do laborer was involved. Because these both claim how he died. We don't know this for sure. Because we haven't found a death echo anywhere. And he wasn't crushed to death by rocks. Someone trying to cover up their actions. Norman's last known whereabouts were the garden. A fellow laborer was responsible for Norman's death. There's evidence that the last place Mr. Buford was seen alive was not here, but in the gardens. And in addition to all visitors being accounted for, the perpetrator has extensive knowledge of the manor grounds. I believe Mr. Buford was deliberately attacked by one of the members of the staff working for the estate. The garden? But anybody could enter the garden. It's not locked up like the mines. The gardens are on the far side of the house. If Chuckles was absent, there would be no other witnesses within earshot. Chuckles? Mr. Lestrade. Oh, I keep doing the thing after the E. It's Lestrade. A hyena who's visiting today. He was working alongside Buford earlier this morning. Oh, so it had to have been him, right? That means Rocky Deer can go free. If only it were so simple. Though knowing the location of the altercation does help narrow our pool of suspects. Killed elsewhere, brought to the mines in secret, and trying to cover up the truth. Quite a complex case is unfolding. Alright, so. Norman's fate was sealed by... We're missing his walking stick in this. We're missing the walking stick. I don't think the weapon's the sack. I think the weapon was the walking stick. And they put it in the sack, remember? Because what Hookwell said? Oh, damn you. It's going to make us do it. Alright, we're going to go to the gardens. We're going to contemplate there with Mr. Lestrade. Oh, I can't. I can only do it at the mines. Rude. Fine. 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 No, we don't know if the sack contained the lantern or not. We do know the sack contained a bunch of wood pieces, according to Miss Hookwell, right? And I think the wood pieces were his walking stick. I think the person grabbed his walking stick and cracked him inside the head with it. You're right, the sack did contain traces of fuel, though. That is correct. Explaining the evidence of cover-up. The body be hidden by using the minecart. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I see what you're getting at here. Hold on. So we're going to come here. The burlap sack. And then what made it deadly was because it had the missing lantern, the big lantern in it. Yep. Yeah. I see, because it was these two in combo. Okay. So, and so it's looking like a murder. The weapon was the sack, and it's because it had the missing lantern in it. And we have evidence of a cover-up, and they used the cart to do it. Especially happened to Mr. Buford. Norman was struck during a quarrel with a staff member, but then why did they stuff his walking stick in the sack, though? That's the weird part for me. Was some object instrumental in Norman's death? A used burlap sack found by Hildy Hookwell. Could something make the murder weapon dangerous? A special heavy-duty flame lamp. Shows that his death was not premeditated. Norman was elsewhere when he attempted to attack someone. What was used to transport the body from the place of death? The minecart, scuffed with brick dust. Norman attacked a fellow laborer, but was struck in the head in self-defense, which was unfortunately a killing blow. The killer was holding the burlap sack at the time with the missing lantern inside and swung that in self-defense. They had not prepared for this and panicked, but they knew the estate well enough to move the body out of the garden unnoticed. We know by the location of my invitation that Norman was likely working in the garden at the time he was killed. The culprit used the minecart to transport his body, which was scuffed by the surrounding brick wall during its egress. Could be. The question now becomes, who was responsible and how did they manage to pass through the brick wall? What if Norman joined in with the Sun Bearers? Like, what if that could be a twist, right? That Norman was part of the Sun Bearers, and that thing we saw at the start was somebody's trying to stop this cult plan. I don't get it. If he was in the gardens, why take all the time and effort to move him into the mine? Two possibilities. One, to delay discovery of his death until after the mines were made accessible again by Foreman Stoker. Or two, to make his death appear accidental in the event that he was discovered before the culprit was ready. Ready for what? If it was an act of self-defense, perhaps the culprit has other events in motion, and this encounter was a disruption. You don't think they're planning to kill someone else? Impossible to say without knowing the who or the why. I feel like my investigation is only now beginning. Oh, so you still want to keep everybody here? That's right. I want to do another sweep of the grounds and the staff. I believe one of them was responsible. There's also the mystery of how they passed through the gate without the key, without being noticed by anyone. I also need to report what has happened as well as all my findings to Lord Fettifort. Fettifort, that's what it was. He may be able to help. I sure hope so. I hope I didn't get in your way too much, Mr. Noxley. I'll do anything to clear Rocky's name. You were quite helpful, Miss Clementine. Thank you. Rocky must be worried. Let's go. Let's get you back to the courtyard. Bleh. Bleh, bleh, bleh. Henri? I'd like to meet with Lord Fettifort again. Could you let me inside? Now hold on. You gonna tell us what's going on? Nev here says you're gonna accuse one of us of murder. Lord Fettifort is the owner of this estate. He has the right to know what's happening, and I have yet to interrogate him. Now you think Purcell's responsible? When is this little crusade of yours gonna end exactly? When I know the truth. Rocky, dear, Mr. Noxley knows what he's doing. The sooner he figures everything out, the sooner we can go home. Nev, sweetie, you're missing the problem. If he can't figure this out, then that leaves us in one of two places. Either we're stuck here indefinitely, or he names somebody so he can put an end to all this. And right now, I'm still his number one suspect. Since someone carried Norman's body to the mines, yeah? Also, I believe your lantern was part of the murder weapon. Yeah. My original declaration stands. Anyone who attempts to leave the grounds will be admitting guilt. While my focus is upon the staff presently, I'll ask any guest to remain on the grounds until I give the all clear. Mr. Lester, please take me to Lord Fettifort's chamber. Henry, did you hear me?
Yes, please wait while I open the main doors.
That's Davy. I know Fettifort demands his privacy, but this is urgent. I was never the best bearer of bad news. Norman has been here since the start. Purcell isn't going to take this news well at all. Oh, dear. Would you like someone to accompany you, Mr. Noxley? Thank you, but no. We have other matters to discuss as well. Private matters, from one dragon to another. If you would excuse me. Where's the tea thing? Okay, no. Don't jump to that. He could have moved it. They could have moved it because we're not having tea, right? Yeah, don't jump to conclusions yet. Thank you, Henry. I'll just, Henry. Names. Thank you, Henry. I'll just wait here. Henry? Ah, Noxley. You've returned. Come sit down. Gah! You startled me. Again. Apologies. I was by the bookshelves in the corner doing some light reading. Here, it's something you may enjoy. Includes specimens you may find in my private garden. Great, that's going to be important later, right? Because he's probably going to get poisoned. Thank you. It'll be good to know as much about the gardens as possible. Lord Fetterfort, have you spoken to anyone since our previous meeting? No. Why do you ask? It's about Norman Buford. He was found dead this afternoon. Oh. Oh no. I'm sorry. Lord Fetterfort, did you happen to see anything from your window over the garden? Anything at all? No, I didn't. When it's raining, I like to listen to the sound in my chamber and do some reading by candlelight. I have reason to believe one of the staff was responsible. Did anyone have any animosity toward Mr. Buford? I do not know. What? I rarely speak to my staff. Other than Henri, I do not know what goes on outside of these walls. I'm frustrated that we can't confront Henri and tell him, take your mask off. Take your fucking mask off right now. I need to confirm that you're Henri and you're not Davy. That's where I stand. With your permission, I would like to investigate the staff in more detail. Denied. What? This is a murder! I summoned you here to investigate the Sunbearers. Do you have evidence of any cult activity? Not explicitly. That is why a full investigation is needed. Do you have a suspect yet? Evidence suggests Foreman Stoker was either responsible or an accomplice. He's the only one with access to the mines. So this happened in the mines. I believe he was attacked in the garden and then moved to the mines. Only Stoker had the key to the gate. Oh, there's another way to get into the mines from the garden. A secret passage. Motherfucker! There is? Seen the staff use it before from my window. So leave Foreman Stoker out of your investigation. I can't do that. Still a person of interest. I can't have the mining operation disrupted. That's why I must ask you to end your investigation. And you choose your estate over justice? I choose the well-being of those who work and live here. Norman wouldn't want to see this estate crumble either. Very well. So I will be cooperating with the police fully. They will likely have questions for you. I'm no stranger to meddling by the Rivulet Police. Their priority is to keep the coal flowing. Find evidence of Sunbearer infiltration, come to me. I'll leave my staff alone. That includes Foreman Stoker. And tell me, where's the secret passage between the garden and the mines? Ask the staff to show you. If they're innocent, they'll comply. If they're guilty, they'll insist there is no passage. Ah, interesting approach. Oh, they're going to try and gas us both. Okay. Nope, they're actually going to try and gas us out. All right. Lord Fetterford, is the fireplace flue closed? Fireplace is not lit. What's the matter? I smell smoke. Wood burning, specifically. Something in the kitchen? No, fire! The house is on fire! No! How? The door, it's jammed. Turn the locking bolt. It's not locked, it's barred from the outside. What? What do we do? Top floor, only one exit and it's impenetrable. This fire is too much to contain by ourselves. Well, I don't know which way. I don't know where we technically are, right? Where are we technically at? Are we technically here, or are we technically here? The garden. Okay. Let me think about the garden. All right. The garden is in the top corner of the map, right? Hold on. We can't jump out to the thing. Where's the manor map? Here we go. Yeah. So we have the manor here. This leads out to here. I think this is where we're at now. I think. That'll land us in the really, really bad gardens. Or on the barbed wire, or, you know, it'd be pretty bad. So we do the south road? Or south, is there a south window that's asking us? Nope, north facing window. Alright. Wait, so we have north, east, and west. How? I guess I shouldn't assume that this is north, right? I assume like north, maybe this way, and then east and west. Or sorry, so west and east. The western window. Have to go out the window. Come with me, Fetterfort. Gah! Fire's coming from that way. Come back, Noxley. So fire's coming from the west. Drop on the second floor might grievously injure Lord Fetterfort. So then we have to go east then. Can we try and break the door down? Oh good, this old heavy door is completely barred and Fetterfort is not in any condition to help. Alright, well, they said it's coming from the west, so... Fire's encroaching from the western side of the house. Come, Lord Fetterfort, out the east window. See, wait! So high off the ground! Badly hurt yourself for such a fall. Don't have time to argue. Hold on to me. Go without me. Save yourself. That's not happening. I'm leaving you behind. There has to be a way out. Let's try the north one then. Back of the house. Wait. Hold on. No. Now I'm very confused. Where are we? Because he says the north is the back of the house, so therefore the map was correct orientation of that being north. How in the fuck do we have a western window and the eastern window then? Where the fuck are we in this house? Where are we? Ugh. Yeah, possible space are a really large room. Alright. It's about half the height of the manor. Do you mean to go out the window? We don't have much choice. Come on. Come hold on to me. Oh no, it's you. Detective! Detective? Can you hear me? Goodness, it's raining dragons. Are you all right, Lord Fetterfort? Am I home? Silverton, what are you doing here? I saw the smoke and came running. Anyone else inside? No, I lived alone. The esteemed Lord Fetterford himself. It's a pleasure. No, Silverton. I mean, why are you here at the Fetterford estate? Technically, we are on government grounds outside of the estate. This road runs to the palace itself. Lord Fetterford, can you stand? I'm all right. Let me rest for a moment. Oh, my home. Silverton was not merely passing through. I need to find out why he's really here. If he saw anything today. How long have you been in the area, Silverton? Oh, not too long. Why do you ask? I do not believe you. In fact, I believe you were on the estate grounds rather recently. Oh? What makes you say that? Earlier today, the mining foreman mentioned dragons visiting the grounds recently. Plural. Were you that other dragon? Astute as always. Yes, I had business with someone on the grounds yesterday. The old gatekeeper will vouch for me. That old gatekeeper is since deceased. He didn't like that. Can you tell me more of this business, Silverton? With whom were you meeting? Wish I could say, Detective. What does he mean by that? Did you happen to see where the fire began? Seemed like it started somewhere outside the house. Unfortunately, no. I saw the smoke from the opposite corner of the house, from where I was standing. Though, because I saw the smoke but not the flames first, the fire may have begun on the inside of the house. The manor house does not have electrical lighting. A torch or candle lamp or something else. Did you happen to notice anything unusual transpiring in the garden next to the manor house at any time today? What makes you think I was watching the grounds? You took a high vantage point in a difficult to access location outside the walls. You were clearly watching for something. Very well. You are correct. I was indeed watching the grounds with this. A telescope? You must have seen something. Unfortunately, Detective, my focus was mainly on people coming and going through the main gate. I was positioned behind the house opposite to the garden. Could not see anything happening outside. Did you notice anyone suspicious entering the grounds? Someone passing through the gate without talking to the guard? I did not. You were the last person into the grounds this morning, Detective. Of that I'm quite sure. Mr. Fetterfort! 7! Are you two alright? Miss Lestrade, we are safe. How did you reach us? Ran out the gate and scrambled up the hill to get to the road. There's a way down over there. Mr. Fetterfort, sorry about your house. We used the pumps and tried to put it out as fast as we could. Looks like the entire top floor was engulfed. I hesitated a moment longer, it could have been disastrous. Sunbearers, they did this. What? 2 miasma dragons at once? Tried to kill us, Noxley. Don't you see it now? It was an attack on our kind. I will get to the bottom of this, I promise, Lord Fetterfort. Whichever place you could stay. Doesn't matter. Nowhere is safe. We'll never be safe. Chuckles, would you stay with Lord Fetterfort until my investigation's complete? He needs protection.
Sure, alright. What's this other bloke doing here, eh? I saw you at the factory last week, yeah?
Ah, that's right. I'm an acquaintance of Detective Noxley. I can see he puts a great deal of trust in you.
I'm gonna take Mr. Fetterfort down to the commons. Help you down the hillside. We'll get you into a cabin to dry off.
Thank you, Chuck. Stay with him and don't let anyone be alone with him until I figure out what's going on. What did he mean by sunbearers? He has a fascination with an alleged cult that seeks to eliminate all miasma dragons from the face of the planet. Goodness, you sound skeptical. Something is going on here. A murder and now this. I believe this fire was directed at me to disrupt my investigation. Notice you were wandering the grounds quite enthusiastically. Another case for the great detective, It's puzzling, and I could use your help. Very well, I'll help you. But in return, I'll be calling in a favor when my own investigation advances. I'll do what I can, of course. Now, did you see anything unusual happening on the grounds today? Anything at all? I did notice something. It was a few hours ago. There's a small hut or storage building next to the cabins. Sounds like the workshop. What of it? I was watching people move about the grounds with my glass. Fairly certain I saw 2 individuals enter the workshop. A short time later, only one person exited. They appeared to lock the door from the outside. Peculiar. Still trying to account for the whereabouts of at least one member of the estate staff. Can you describe the 2 figures who entered? Anything distinguishing about them? Both of them were mice, right? I'm gonna say Davy killed Henri so he could get inside the house. The manor. Right? And again, Henri's not acting correctly, right? So it's not him. We know that Kavy and Mavie have been accounted for. Right? And everybody else was watching Henri in the courtyard. Or this Henri, massive air quotes, right? Very well. Start the courtyard and see if any new clues can be uncovered. Nearly killed in a gruesome fire, and not shaken at all. You're quite an impressive figure, Detective Noxley. Still have a job to do. Should take a moment to tidy up my notes going forward. Okay, there we go. Notes cleared. Wow! Yeah, that house got fucked. Huh, so you did make it out. And you brought another one. Mr. Noxley, you were inside during all that? Hang on, no, Southern Belle. Mr. Noxley, you were inside during all that? Yes. Did either of you see anyone enter the manor behind me? Sorry, handsome. I wasn't there when the fire started. Henri was the only other person who went inside, and he came back out right away. Pretty sure that was it. You're pretty sure? Yeah, maybe Nev knows something. Wasn't really paying attention to the house till I heard Chuck shouting for help. What's the matter anyway? Fire was off the side of the house. Seems like it came out of nowhere. The upstairs was barred from the outside. We were meant to perish in that fire. What? Are you sure about that? Maybe the door warped from the heat or something. The door was at least 3 strides length from where the smoke originated. I believe our exit was jammed deliberately. What? Why are you looking at me like that? You've had it out for Noxley since he got here. And
What's that you were saying about Fedaford croaking? Hey! I said that in confidence. Don't you dare put that in the article.
Mr. Stoker has an animosity towards dragons. Mr. Stoker has an animosity towards dragons, does he? Tell from his tone when we arrived. Yes, but he has yet to act upon it thus far. At least I certainly hope so.
What's all this? You conspiring against me?
Yeah. It's hard to do all these different accents quickly between them. Alright, hold on.
What's all this? You conspiring against me now? I didn't kill anybody, and I didn't start that fire.
Now this is getting... damn it. Southern Belle is hard to do. Alright.
Now this is getting juicy. Mind if I ask a few questions about what happened inside, Mr. Knoxley?
There's not a lot to say, unfortunately. Fire spread quickly and we escaped through a window onto the cliffs.
I can make it work. People don't care about losing a historical structure. They'll love a daring tale of escape.
When we inspect the manor, we might find a clue as to the origin of the fire.
Don't go inside. Top floor might collapse any time.
Understood. Because there's a burned portion on the rear corner of the house. We should start there. The house is very old and mostly wood. Someone must have known the fire would consume it quickly. Looks like the fire began in the room above this spot. See scorch marks where the chimney meets the second floor. Very peculiar. Fire began upstairs somehow. Yet Fedaford and I were the only people on the second floor at the time. Perhaps this wall sconce. Oh, we found the lantern. Perhaps this wall sconce is overfilled and leaking. Seems to have survived the fire. That's not a sconce, that's a lantern. Oh? This belonged to one of the miners. What is it doing here?
Hey, that's my lantern!
Your lantern, you say?
Be careful, he works directly with the palace. You don't want to give him ideas. Don't give him ideas.
Just, for your safety, I suggest you shut the fuck up, Rocky.
Gah!
Horman Stoker, could this lantern have somehow caused the fire?
I mean, has an extra large fuel chamber. If it's put on its side, some of that fuel could start to leak out.
So it's a source of fuel and fire, and it could ignite something close by quite easily. Since this lantern went missing this morning, I'm taking it for my investigation. It's potentially the murder weapon. Nobody died in the blaze just now, did they? Mr. Beaufort's murder. If we can find out who took this lantern, we'll find his killer, as well as our arsonist.
Fine, take it. Glass is busted anyway. It's no good to me anymore.
Rocky's having a rough time in this investigation. Did either of you see anyone leave the scene close to where the fire started? Perhaps from the garden?
Don't remember. Henri came out right after you went in, but that was a good 15 minutes before we saw the smoke.
I'd like to question him, obviously. Where is he now?
I think he went off with Fedafort when he came through. You're not thinking he blocked the door somehow?
Well, it makes the most logical sense. Lestrade? If we're gonna show up and see that Fedafort's, like, dead and Lestrade is wounded or something, I'm gonna be pissed! I'm gonna be pissed! Because I want to dropkick this Henri impersonator so bad! Well, it makes the most logical sense.
Don't make rational sense, though. I mean, Henri never had an unkind word for anybody here.
I'd also like to question Miss Clementine. Is she nearby?
Nev? I don't know where she went. She left at some point. I'm guessing it was to go and get help when the fire started.
Ah, yes. The fire you casually failed to notice until it had already engulfed the upper floor.
I don't think I like your tone, stranger. Weren't you the dragon who was asking questions yesterday?
Never you mind, Mr. Stoker. Like I said, I think, even though Mr. Stoker has a platinum, I think he's directly with the palace, right? I think he technically outranks Stoker here, like through some backroom dealings. Even though Stoker is third in line for the throne, I think Silverton here is actually a much higher rank, like internal. I think he's in the inner circle, sort of thing. And I still feel like he's going to be the Moriarty in this game, you know? Oh. Mr. Stoker, do you happen to know rumors about a hidden passage to the brick wall surrounding the estate?
A what? What are you talking about?
A way to access the mines from the garden. A secret passage.
This is a joke, right? No way into the mines except through the gate. I made sure of that. You got it?
So, nothing? Not any of your laborers or the Cantels?
If there's a secret way in, they probably don't want me finding out about it. So what's this all about?
With the gate locked, a secret passage is the only way for Buford's body to be moved from the garden to the mines.
Well, if that gets the heat off me, go ahead and look around for it. I don't remember a gate or anything in the wall.
Ford says the culprit would probably deny the existence of this passage. Is Foreman Stoker telling the whole truth? It seems more like he doesn't know, right? Yeah, he's the mine foreman. So this estate was Fedifort's estate. It was considered less valuable at the end of the war because the government didn't want to give dragons valuable stuff, right? But they still had to give them something for their contributions during the revolution. So this was Fedifort's estate. This is what he got out of the revolution. Then it turns out Fedifort found coal on his estate, which coal is a fucking gold mine of a resource here. So Fedifort's estate suddenly became incredibly valuable. I think he's innocent. He's getting set up really fucking hard, though, right? Or, more so, like, he just has very unfortunate luck, you know? I'm gonna go to the comments first. We need to check on Fedifort and Lestrade and everything. Take your fucking mask off. Take your fucking mask off, Henri. Not everyone is gathered here. For what happened, I suppose that makes the most sense. Sympathy for Lord Fedifort or something else.
You? When did you arrive here?
Just recently. I was responding to the fire. Take it everyone escaped with their lives.
Some lives more intact than others.
Fucking drop kick this motherfucker! Please! Please! Rip that mask off his face right now! Rip that mask off his face! Come on! You're killing me here, Smalls. You're killing me. You're killing me!
This is the shadiest motherfucker here! He doesn't even talk like Henri. Oh my god, let me just get his mask.
No, Henri wore the mask all the time, too. He had really bad breathing problems. He had asthma. Like, very bad. So he wore the masks all the time, and he would change out the filters every hour. But unfortunately, what's that also do? He kind of looks like all the other mice when he's like this. When he doesn't have it on, he has either brown or orange eyes. Can't really tell because of the way the game is set up. He talks very particularly. He doesn't always do it, but he almost always starts every sentence with
Yes, yes, or no, no.
every time. This guy does not. This Henri in massive air quotes, does not. I'd like to speak to Lord Fettifort privately for a moment, if you do not mind.
Hello, Seven. How's the investigation going?
Detective Silverton's help will figure it out before long.
He's a detective too? Yeah. What are the odds?
Lord Fettifort, do you have any thoughts about where you'll go next? Home is all I ever had, all I ever needed. I've never once confronted the idea that it might not be there for me. It's unfortunate, but it is time to face reality. You have some place you can stay. There's a spare cabin on the grounds. It will do for the night. After that, I do not know. I never felt so lost.
We'll be all right, person. We can build you a new house. I'll be here every morning, first thing to help out.
Such a nice young man. Fortunately, after next week, there may not be much of the estate left. Right. The deadline for the draft. Many of the laborers here will likely qualify and be forced to serve their 2 years.
What? But who'll run the mines? Especially now that Norman's not around. Seven, we can't let this happen.
It's not my decision. They are desperate for soldiers now, more than ever. Do you know they're recruiting as young as 13 now?
13 years old? They can't do that.
It is an unprecedented time. Too much for one man to endure. Wish you could do more, Lord Fettifort. Oh, now that I'm old and helpless, nothing I can do for my estate. As you can see, I've already tried. Yep. This is the letter you mentioned from the government about excusing your staff from the draft. You kept it on you? Yes. Kept it hidden so none of the miners find it accidentally. Only Henri knows of its existence. Ah, because he handles your correspondence. So you haven't told the rest of your staff yet.
They got a right to know.
Shekels, please keep his secret for now. Don't need any more chaos among the people living here today.
Alright, yeah.
Can't stand the sight of this letter any longer. Please dispose of it for me, Mr. Noxley. Yeah, remember again, this government is getting more aggressive in the war, right? Like I said, we don't have any evidence that the Empire is doing anything wrong, right? We just have word that the government says they're doing things wrong. And this government, as we've seen, is very, very suspect. If you forgive the pun, this government is very draconian. Again, I don't even know who the prince is, or sorry, who the chancellor is. Well, the chancellor doesn't seem to like dragons that much. Let's do a little stretch real quick, chat. Oh my god! I asked you three where you were when the fire began, and did you notice anything unusual? I don't even know the race. No, I don't even know the race of the Chancellor.
I was searching the grounds for Cavey and Davy. I didn't even notice the smoke until I heard someone shouting.
Did you locate them?
Not yet. I always had their hiding places while growing up on the estate. Not like that to just disappear.
Davy's right here.
Oh, let's see. I was in the courtyard with Rocky Deer, but I noticed the smoke and I got scared.
You ran away when you saw the fire start?
It's just instinct, I guess. I'd tell somebody, but I ran into that hyena man along the way.
Chuckles, right. He alerted the others. He seems to be the only person here who took a proactive response. I think you owe him a beer later, Detective, for saving your life and all.
I was at the gate, the guardhouse, yes.
Bullshit! Ah, so you were facing away from the manor at the time. However, you did accompany me inside. Were you aware the door to the parlor room was barred when we attempted to escape? Strange, wouldn't you say?
It was? You are sure?
It certainly felt that way.
It is an old house. Something must have broken and fallen in the way, yes.
Suppose I can't disprove that, especially not knowing where exactly the fire originated from. Just can't tell, Mr. Lester. I wonder if you might know about the rumors of a secret passage to the mines.
Passage?
Yes, something to allow access to the mines, even when the gate is locked.
It's not something I've seen myself, but it wouldn't surprise me if the boys found it and kept it a secret from me.
The boys?
Davy and Cavey, my brothers, began working the mines a few years before I started. They're as close as can be. I'm sure they've got all sorts of secrets between them about things they found on the estate grounds.
I know, I want to take his fucking mask off so bad. And what about our other friend here?
No, I do not know.
Well, now you're speaking more like Henri does.
Henri usually helps out around the house. He doesn't do a lot of mining. Dust hits his asthma pretty hard.
Yes, I help with cleanup on weekends, that is all.
He seems to think there could be a break in the wall that our brothers could use. It would be short and low to the ground. There's things down considerably. Perhaps I should have a look at the wall for myself now that I know. I want to go to the workshop so bad. So bad. Go to the gardens first. No one's here. So Lestrade must have finished repairing the wooden fence around the private section. Barbed wire is still broken, though. Must lack the necessary tools to put it back together. Ah, the garden. I have a chance to enjoy it when I was here last. Did you say barbed wire? Yes. Plants close to the rear wall are quite toxic. This is also the place where Mr. Buford was attacked. I see. That's where the groundskeeper was slain, then. Fortunately, I could not see the garden from my vantage point. Appreciate your help regardless. Let's have a look around. Just be mindful of the plants. They could be very dangerous. Wooden fence that Buford was fixing when he was slain. Red paint, still slightly tacky to the touch. Painted recently, then. Someone passed through the garden. Paint may have brushed against their clothing. True, that is a possibility. The paint would have still been rather wet at around noon when the murder took place. Okay, so look for red paint marks. Lord Fetterford keeps a collection of toxic plant life in his private garden. They're here behind the barbed wire. Goodness. Let's heed the warnings and keep our distance. Unless you have some reason for getting your hands dirty. Wait. Oh, no, it's just it stops anyways, alright. Killer would have wanted a direct path from the garden to the mines. In that case, there must be some passage from here. Maybe said it's something our brothers could have potentially discovered. I'll have a look close to the ground. There's a break in the hedge line here. Let's move this out of the way. Oh, these bricks, they come loose. Arrangement near the ground. Several bricks. Help me move these. I see. The mortar here appears to have been worn down long ago. Someone of short stature could fit through easily. Suppose this means a hiding place, perhaps? It's a way to access the mines without having to use the main gate, without jumping from the access road. How exciting! Let's go pay the mines a visit, shall we? Haven't had a chance to visit the scene myself. Mine cart could barely fit through this opening. That's how it came to receive the red scrapes on the side. Okay.
My knee.
Also strengthens my theory that a laborer is involved. Someone who knew about this passage ahead of time. Mines via passage. Okay. KV? What are you doing here? KV? Is it just you here?
Yeah?
Standing over what appears to be the body of Mr. Buford. Quite a scene, if you ask me. Let me talk to him, if you don't mind. Okay. Make sure. 2 fur dots, upper outer corner of the eyes. Yep, it is KV. So we've confirmed KV's identity. You must have taken the secret passage as well. What are you doing here, KV?
Mr. Norman looked cold. He said I could cover him up.
Excuse me? Ah, so you put the sheet over him. When did Davy ask you to do this?
I don't know.
Cover him up? Or Davy meant something else. What did you do today? Did you work in the mines at all?
No, just cleaning. We clean on Salt's Day. Then I went home.
You were home with your brother and sister, yes? Did either of them go anywhere and leave you alone?
Yeah?
Was it Davy? Did you talk to him at home today?
Davy, yeah.
What did you talk about?
He said it's a secret.
I was afraid of that. Davy wasn't asleep at all. He was wrapped up in something going on behind the scenes. Davy's carrying a piece of paper in his hand. It's been squeezed quite thoroughly. He had it for a while. Cavey, what are you holding?
Something?
Yes, I can see that. Did your brother or sister give it to you?
Davy gave it to me, but...
Davy gave something to you. Did he say what to do with it?
Hide it? Said to hide it somewhere dark.
Hide it, but not destroy it. I see it. Perhaps I can hide it for you.
Yeah, I don't want to go into the mines when there's no lights. Can I hide it in your coat?
He gave that up without a fight. What is it?
Oh shit! Oh shit! It's treason is what it is! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's fucking treason is what it is! Holy shit! Oh my god!
I would read this immediately and immediately shut and be like, "You're not allowed to see this, Silverton. Nope, not allowed to see it, Silverton. No, 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 no." The fucking we need the John Bernthal meme right now. Like, no, 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 no. Holy fuck. Oh my god. And especially with this government. Holy shit. Norman didn't want to sign it. This is just a joke. Declaration of Independence from the Free State of Rivulet, authored by Henry Leicester, Davy Cantell, and Norman Beaufort. What? Where did you get this? Why do you have it? Easy now, Silverton. Oh, one detail. Norman Beaufort is listed on the document, but he did not sign it. Cavey, when did Davy give this to you? Was it today?
Yeah?
After lunch, when Davy went home?
Yeah, behind our cabin.
What does this mean, Detective? Davy gave this document to Cavey to hide somewhere while he was allegedly asleep in his cabin. Was Davy the original creator, or did he happen to find it himself and wanted it hidden from its true author?
An estate declaring its own independence. Quite a bold move. Imagine this tiny country becoming fragmented even further.
Why create this declaration and then rescind it, though? Well, I mean, you could threaten the mines. Like, you could start a coal fire. If they start a coal fire in the mines and nobody ever gets it ever again, like, it's a pretty decent bargaining tool. Yeah, especially a resource like coal, right? For these guys. Even with charcoal pits, that's going to be rough. And, yeah, and the draft was coming. So, this would get them all out of the draft if they had this entire estate declare its independence. Oh, man. Perhaps it has to do with Mr. Beaufort's death. Name is listed at the bottom, but he didn't sign it. Perhaps. There's something else. This is Fedifort's personal stationery, but the contents are typed, just like Miss Hookwell's invitation. Fedifort handwrites his correspondence, as he did my invitation. Did not even have a typewriter in his study, as I recall. Thus, I can only assume Lord Fedifort is not responsible for this declaration. They don't even know of its existence.
A coup right under his nose. Goodness. Safe to say we should keep this little detail to ourselves.
Yes, until I find out who's orchestrating this scheme, at least. Someone with access to Fedifort's stationery.
I think I know who has the most to gain from this.
One of the people listed is dead, and one is missing. Is Henri next, or is he involved? Like, holy shit. Holy shit. I need to get to the workshop. We need to get to the workshop. Get to the workshop. Right now. Okay. Missing still, missing still. Okay.
Ah, yes, this is the building I mentioned before. 2 figures entered, but only one came back out.
He can feel it. He can feel death. Our guy just jumped. He can feel death in the air.
Detective, what's wrong?
I feel it. A death echo. Somewhere inside of here.
What? Are you sure?
Now that we're out of direct sunlight, my magic senses are heightened again, and I have no doubt. It's coming from here, somewhere near this container.
Quite a bit of weight on the lid. Help me move it out of the way.
No! No!
Goodness! One of the workers. Do you know who this is?
I don't make that assumption. Bad. Bad Noxley. Bad. Bad Noxley. Don't assume. Okay? Take the mask off and we can confirm. The blue neckerchief, and the fact he's been missing since noon today. This is Davy Cantel, a miner. Need to investigate. Take notes for me, would you? Mouse, male, early to mid-20s, filter mask, blue, neckerchief. I believe it's Davy, one of the laborers. There's something on the front of his mask, a red mark, on the outside of the filter portion here.
Is it blood?
It's probably paint. Cannot say just by looking. I'll need to investigate further. This mask. It's possible to remove. Miners here made it look so easy. Should just unbuckle from the back, no? It does look rather secure. Buckle isn't moving. Was it glued in place? Should cut through the straps. Don't damage it, detective. It's evidence. Leave it be for now. Let the police worry about it. This is going to be Henri, I bet. Perspiration and coal dust. He was busy today. No scent of blood. He's not wounded, it appears. And not to me, not even lantern fuel. Not our arsonist, then. Perhaps he stumbled upon the culprit's plan and had to be silenced. Let's not get so fanciful with our speculation yet. Bits of coal have worked into the fabric of his clothes. However, something is missing. Go on. Rainwater. It was raining during my investigation, which means he was out of the rain during that brief storm. Lines up nicely with my own observations. He has not left this room for several hours. I feel like he's been poisoned by one of the plants. Because remember, we have the notebook now, right? I feel like a poison plant got him. His body's still warm. Not been deceased for very long. Probably no longer than an hour. What was the one plant in the office stunned Noxley, right? And it numbed his body and everything. Numbed his tongue and stuff. And he was like, my tongue is numb. What the fuck? How long was he missing, though? Saw the duo entering the shop at least 3 or 4 hours ago. It's strange. I had Chuckles here after that point. Did not sense a death echo. I surely would have noticed. But now you do. Either he died slowly or he came back here and died later without either of us knowing. Slowly. Died slowly. No breathing, no pulse. Strange, though. No signs of struggle. He was placed here while unresponsive. Says death echoes close by. Maybe still passed inside the workshop? Yes. Something killed him gradually, without causing panic or any kind of struggle. Definitely poison. I have no doubt the death echo is centered right here on the inside of the trunk. It's so fresh, I can sense it even through the solid surface. I've seen something like this once before. Someone found him unresponsive and hid him inside the box instead of going for help. Sounds like our culprit. I think so too. But if I want to discover a method, I think the inside the filter is probably the poison, right? There's probably the poison inside the filter. Because remember, Henri changes his filter every hour. He leaves them out to change them. I'm pretty sure this is Henri. If I want to discover a method, I'll need to use my magic and relive the moment of death. Of course. I'll give you two a moment. Right here. Started standing, feeling weak. No, fatigued. Fighting the urge to fall asleep. Confusion. Peace. Fading. Detective?
Are you alright?
It's strange. I fell asleep quickly and never woke up. I'm fine. Apologies if I frightened you. She smothered somehow. Strangled, perhaps. Get the filter off. That, or poisoned. Don't sense any poisons nearby with my magic. If the culprit came back to hide the body, it was likely removed. It's the filter. It's the filter. We should attempt to find out what kind of poison was... sorry. Then we should attempt to find out what kind of poison was used, and who would have access to it. I believe we've learned all we can for now. Summarize, our victim is Davy Can't Tell. You don't know it's Davy. Stop. Stop. Stop it. Ah, this is so frustrating. Henri, take your mask off right now. Henri, take your mask off right fucking now. He was seen entering the shop with an unknown person and presumably never left. Said he was poisoned by the second visitor and left for dead, while the shop remained locked to hide the scene. The culprit tampered with the mask to keep their victim from removing it easily. The straps appear to be glued together. The culprit returned, moved Davy's body, and hid the poison to cover up the cause. The victim already absorbed a lethal dose. This was just before Chuckles and myself entered. The victim was not dead, but was paralyzed, silent, and hidden from view. His body finally gave out, and he succumbed to the poisoning. This time lines up with Davy's disappearance this afternoon.
Strange, Detective. You didn't sense the poison affecting the victim the first time you arrived.
When it's a small amount, I need to focus my magic to sense it. Regrettably, I didn't do so at the time. In addition, my sense can be blocked through solid surfaces. The container was enough to hide the poison itself from me. Fortunately, his death echo was recent enough for me to sense without trying. If I'd waited even an hour longer... One favor, please tell no one of this. Not until I have cornered a suspect. They can't know the body has been found. Your secret's safe with me. Let's close up the trunk and put the weights back so no one else makes the same discovery. Yes. Fedford could also likely sense his death echo if he came to the workshop. We'll need to hope that doesn't happen.
I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated, Chad. I'm very frustrated.
Take your fucking mask off! Come here! Oh, I want to rip that fucking mask off so bad. Lord Fedford keeps a collection of toxic plant life in his private garden. They're here behind the barbed wire.
Seemed our latest victim succumbed to some sort of poison, yes? Perhaps this garden was the source of it.
Lord Fedford lent me this guide of plants of the continent. Let's see what sort of specimens he's hiding here. This is the one that messed Noxley up before and it numbed him. Dragonsbane. That's that one. No. No. Would that be this one? Would it be Bitter Holly? Seen this plant before, actually. This is Bitter Holly. Guide says it can be prepared as a tea when dried.
Poison tea?
Perhaps it's an acquired taste. Presumably the toxicity is diminished upon drying, though I've seen it used as an indoor decoration recently. That's right, it was gifted to Calamus Downey. Mr. Underwood has since left the plant in my care. Ah, unpleasant. Not exactly deadly, then. Okay. What else do we have here? Okay. Okay, maybe this burning grass. Or burning glass? Burning glass. I read. Oh no! My inner.
How very shameful to spray. My inner Japanese is showing.
Yes, that's right. This one is burning glass. The stalks are covered in thousands of tiny poison-filled needles. It says here that they embed themselves in the skin and can cause welts and lesions, painful and slow to heal. Goodness, what an abominable creation. Pardon me if I choose to keep my distance from this one. Yeah, especially as a pale dragon. Holy fuck. On to the next specimen then. This, the aroma one's the one I think is the one that did it. Alright, let's see. That has death in the name. That has death in the name directly. I think this is the one and that's it. This one looks unassuming. Let's see. Late de morte. I'd assume that means, like, the lingering death or something like that, right? Or, like... Wasn't that CH, though? Isn't it leche? I'm pretty sure this is the poison, though, because the morte, literally got death in it. Sap of this plant is a powerful muscle relaxant in tiny quantities. When entering the bloodstream or mucous membrane, it will cause deep sedation and can quickly halt all muscle activity. Powerful sedative. Too powerful, perhaps. Never heard of anything like this before. Oh, it's a French word for milk. Oh, it's French, not Spanish. Oh, well, there you go then. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I mean, think about it. We got Henri Leicester, or Lester. Could have medicinal uses, granted, but in its raw form, it sounds quite dangerous, even breathing it in. Let's step away and limit our exposure, then. That's the one. Still, more specimens to inspect. Hang on a second. Where's the ones with exposed roots? No, it's vine-like growth. It has exposed roots. It says low growing. Would these be considered vine-like growths? I didn't say anything else about it. Hold on, let's go to this one. Do the second aspect? What do you mean? I think this is the fetid aroma one. I think that's this one over here. Ah, here it is. Lethalotosis. quite a mouthful there. Funny you should say that. This tongue-like fern was named for a notorious draconic orator of his day. When disturbed, it releases spores that cause uncontrollable gagging. Stench is said to linger for hours afterwards. You touch it first, I dare you. I have better things to do for the next several hours, unfortunately. Let's move on. Those are blue, so it's not bottled lightning. It's not black leaves. That one's already been used. I think Thunderweed's the only one it can be, right? It's not right. The plant in question has spiked seeds and long leafed foliage. Damn. So it wasn't Thunderweed. It says these are spiked. These are spiked, though, right? Would it be bottled lightning? Because those aren't green. Unless this shit is, like, fucking wild. Try which one? I'm gonna try bottled lightning, because this is the one that talks about spiked green burrs. Right? I'm gonna try this one first, Grinus. Ah, this one. Bottled lightning. Secretes a poison that causes intense feelings of burning and sparking on contact. Intense? How intense, exactly? Well, since we were both scaled, it may not affect us quite so violently. Care to test it out? No, I'd still rather not. Yeah, so it was bottled lightning. Very good. Catalog all the plants in Fedifort's private garden. Turn this guide when I have a chance. Now, we know somebody has access to these poisons before noon today. One of them could have taken Mr. Cantel's life. Are you an expert of poisons? Being a detective and a miasma dragon, I assume you've seen your fair share. No, actually. Never had a poisoning case before now. Fortunately, we have enough information to make a deduction. This one. Which of the poison in this garden could have been responsible for Davy's demise? Ete de morte. De morte. It is the only specimen that fits the facts. Davy was poisoned, succumbed slowly, never even realized. A muscle relaxant. Of course, if the sap is inhaled for long enough, get into the blood and take its toll. Dangerous specimen. Have half a mind to destroy this plant myself. It's uncommon for a reason, I presume. Ah, so this garden is more of a preserve for poisonous plants. Lord Fedifort would not be pleased, detective. I think we've gathered all we can from these plants. Let's continue our investigation elsewhere, Silverton. I figured it out. Shall we muster everyone in the courtyard? Sure, let's go. According to hypothesis in such a short amount of time? Well, if you're certain you have a suspect in mind. I do indeed. Let's return to the courtyard. We're gonna have to do a duel with him again, aren't we? Ah, Foreman Stoker, the man of the hour. The what? What do you want? Ah! Do not be alarmed, madame. He is the one I want. Silverton, you plan to accuse Foreman Stoker? Accuse me of what exactly? It's quite simple. The murder of the groundskeeper, the fire at the manor, and the attempted murder of Lord Fedifort.
What? I think Rocky's innocent.
I'm also reluctant to agree. Foreman Stoker has been wholly cooperative in my investigation thus far.
Has he, though?
I've already established how much of this case is going on behind the scenes. I intend to demonstrate how Stoker is ultimately responsible for all the crimes that went unwitnessed today.
You dragons are all the same. Predators, wild animals. You can't kill people anymore, so you terrorize innocent folk instead.
Seem to be the one lashing out, my friend. Let me hear your case. If I can't refute it, then I'll leave the guilty party to you.
Kuh!
It's a deal, detective. My supposition is in 3 parts. Evidence of Buford's murder, the fire, and his motives for both. First, the murder. The foreman has the authority and familiarity to move at will about the estate without drawing attention. Seeing a threat to his authority, the foreman slew Mr. Buford and was quick to move the body out of the view of the public. He was the only person with access to the mines and thus could take his time to hide the body without being spotted. Then he returned to his typical duties, blending in with the others until Detective Knoxley inevitably discovered the crime. That's your argument, then? Very well, allow me to pick through the pieces and find the fault in your claims. By all means, steer me properly if you think you can. Foreman Stoker, don't even think of trying to run. First, the murder. The foreman has the authority and familiarity to move at will about the estate without drawing attention. This one's fine. Alright. We'll do question C. When would he have the chance? He brought Miss Clementine with him, so naturally they would always be together. Would they, though? They were separated just now while we did our rounds. Who's to say he didn't sneak away another time?
It's true, I left Rocky to work on a few occasions, but I believe in his innocence regardless.
All he needed was the right window of time to do the deed and move the body. He could move about the grounds freely. It's true, Foreman Stoker has authority over everyone but Lord Fettiford himself. He knows these grounds well. Perhaps that kind of knowledge could be used to demonstrate how he wasn't responsible for the murder. Foreman slew Mr. Buford and was quick to move the body out of the view of the public. This one I don't agree with. Okay, so we need a thing that directly does it. And I think the secret passage, but how can we clue in the minecart going through it, right? Like, I guess secret passage, so, like, why would he need to do anything? Authority? You believe Mr. Buford posed some sort of threat to the mining operation? Perhaps it was business. Perhaps it was personal dispute. Either way, he acted quickly and rashly. I don't have a clearer image of their history together, but Silverton is not inaccurate so far. The altercation happened in a small frame of time, and the killer was quick to move the body out of view. And immediately after the slaying took place, he was the only person with access to the mines, and thus could take this time to hide the body without being spotted. Right here's the one we got a question. To hide the body inside the mines? Are you certain? Of course. He is the foreman and has private access to the mines. That is where Buford's body was discovered, yes? He knew a detective would be visiting the grounds. Had to be sure he wouldn't be exposed until after you had left. Naturally, it means hiding the body in a location where he has full control. Mines next to the estate, of course. Wasn't actually here when we discovered the body. That means he's not aware of a very specific detail. Foreman Stoker does have access to the gate. I need to demonstrate how someone else could have been responsible. Normally, I could see this accusation sticking. However, I believe the truth differed at one key place. True culprit didn't have free access to the mines. This demonstrated how I know your logic is flawed. Yeah, right here. Secret passage. I agree with you on all points except for the movements of that body. I'm confident the secret passage was used.
So there is a secret passage. You found it?
Indeed we did. Tight fit, but quite doable for any of the 4 of us. Where are you going with this, Knoxley? You weren't present when we found the dead body the first time, Silverton. That means you don't know Stoker was there with us. In fact, he unlocked the gate so we could enter the mines. Not exactly the behavior of someone with something to hide. Perhaps he wanted to maintain his cover and hoped that you wouldn't notice the body in its hiding place.
Hiding place? The body was in plain sight. We all noticed it the instant we walked inside.
It's true. And I believe someone was attempting to hide the body there. There were rocks and signs of an attempted cave-in. Mr. Stoker had used the secret passage to move the body. He could have taken all the time he needed to cover it up. Instead, the killer was rushed. Could not complete the task before they were forced to leave the mines area.
So it wasn't supposed to be an accident? You think they wanted the mines to cave in and hide the body from us? Huh.
As you can see, I have no reason to accuse Foreman Stoker of any particular crime at this moment.
None? Really, Detective?
That's right. Why?
I don't think Foreman Stoker is out of the woods yet. There's still the little matter of the fire that took the estate house.
As we saw, Stoker's own lantern was found in the rubble and was more than likely the source of the fire.
Detective says this lantern was missing all day. Perhaps it was hidden to remove suspicion before the fire started.
He knew the detective was getting close to exposing his crimes, or blaming the murder on him, so he waited for Noxley to enter, then tossed the burning lantern into an adjoining room upstairs, allowing the fire to burst forth and take its toll. It's true that the lantern is likely the source. You believe it was used deliberately by Foreman Stoker to attack me directly?
Of course.
Started on the garden side of the house, yes? No one was in the garden at the time. He could have thrown it there. But the door to the downstairs was barred from the outside. Are you saying he was responsible for that as well?
Naturally. If not by him directly, then by an accomplice. But let's focus on the act of arson itself, shall we?
I need to look closely at my notes to determine if there was a way to show where the fire could have begun. Again, I don't know how technically we can show where the fire could have begun, right? Like, his other one was his observation of where he was at, right? He was at the other side of the house. Oh, we don't need the manor map anymore, apparently. Okay. Again, this is near the garden. So... agree for the most part. Certain there's a direct link between the lantern and Foreman Stoker.
You not recall his reaction when we unearthed it from the rubble? At least claimed his ownership of it.
That's not fair! Rotten Dragons using my words against me like that! The lantern was his. How did it end up out of his grasp for so long? And how did it end up in the house? We had plans, but we didn't have plans of the inside of the house. So I was like, how in the fuck do you get the other windows? Like, where were we in the house? Like, where were we in the house? I still have no clue where we were. All I know is we're on the upper floor somewhere, but where? Detective says this lantern was missing all day. Perhaps it was hidden to remove suspicion before the fire started. Someone took the lantern and concealed it. You believe they could have been trying to frame Stoker for the fire? This explanation is likely the correct one. Let's focus on the facts before we get too creative, Detective. Either one is a possibility, I suppose. For now, I should think about how the lantern was able to get inside the house. So exposing his crimes or blaming the murder on him, so we waited for Noxley to enter. Who the foreman conspired to silence me through the house fire. Guess he was not the only one today.
That's right! I helped Mr. Noxley's investigate the mines. So, get out of here and leave Rocky Deer alone.
Stoker has an obvious hatred for dragons. Eliminating two through a staged accident would be of little consequence. Stoker himself being blinded by hatred? This would be so much easier if we could all just get along. I doubt Stoker would try to kill me in such a roundabout fashion. Let's focus on that lantern one more time. And toss the burning lantern into an adjoining room upstairs, allowing the fire to burst forth and take its toll. He threw the lantern through the upstairs window? Are you quite certain? That would make a great deal of noise. Perhaps. It was a large house. More to the point, it would happen quickly. He could throw it without being seen. Oh, okay, so we'll use this, huh? Silverton is not aware of the layout of the upstairs floor, though. It will be hard to prove in its current state.
If you wish to entertain another theory, how do you believe the lantern made its way upstairs unnoticed?
There's a way. There has to be. The real question is, can I prove it? Only one way to find out. Let's see. I believe this demonstrates how the lantern could have been hidden on the second floor of the house. I mean, this is all I can think of, right? Wait, why are we keeping this with us? Try. That's the only thing I can think of. Something of interest. An old illustration of the manor house from many years ago. Note the second floor. It was a fine old house. What am I looking for exactly?
Oh yeah, that! Second floor had a balcony overlooking the garden originally. You can see it there. You can see it here, yeah? That was boarded up years ago. Purcell hates the sunlight, see? They left the glass door and surrounded the balcony with a wall.
A notable protrusion on the back corner of the house. Perfect hiding spot to leave a flammable object. Perhaps. I don't see how that absolves Foreman Stoker. I know for a fact the lantern did not crash through a window. The entire upstairs is one large open parlor room. Fetterford's senses are sharp as ever, and neither one of us heard anything out of the ordinary during my second visit. There's also the fact that I believe this lantern was used to bludgeon Mr. Buford a short while before the fire. We discovered a burlap sack stained with blood, and the smell of lantern fuel was prominent inside. Curious. Why would someone use such a makeshift weapon, and not one of the many more lethal tools from the workshop? The attack was unplanned. In fact, I have reason to believe it was done in self-defense. Alright, I'm listening. Go on. Lantern was being carried in the sack to hide it from Foreman Stoker, presumably to use it to set the home ablaze. Stoker! Stoker! Get out of here, Stoker. Therefore, I must assert that Buford's killer and the instigator of this fire are one and the same person. And what does that have to do with the boarded-up section on the corner of the house? Lantern was placed here specifically to ignite. Some amount of fuel could have been stashed inside the chamber ahead of time. Foreman Stoker was there a way to access the interior of the walled-off balcony.
Sure is. There's a trap door in the back wall in case we need to get to the outside of the balcony door. Normally need a ladder to reach it, but somebody spry enough could climb the drain pipe on the corner and get up to it.
Wait, why am I doing him like that? He was more good up to the corner with the drain pipe to do it. Yeah, there we go. Wouldn't Fetterford be able to see the lantern through this glass door that opens to the balcony then?
Only if he walked right up to it. The bottom half's boarded up so the balcony doors can't be opened accidentally.
What an unfortunate turn. You believe this was a delayed attack against yourself and Fetterford, Detective Noxley? Not necessarily against me. It was fortunate timing that I happened to be inside when the hidden fuel finally ignited.
Ah, I see. Delay the fuse, so to speak, so everyone present has plausible deniability. Make it look to be an accident.
So you agree? Foreman Stoker is not involved in this plot.
Oh, no. I never said that at all. Multiple assassination attempts without being revealed. It's clear that co-conspirators must exist. And thus, there must be a mastermind at the top. That is Foreman Stoker's true crime. He orchestrated it all. Planned to eliminate Lord Fettiford and his allies. A concerted effort to claim the entire state for himself. Death of Mr. Buford was ordered after the gentleman refused to cooperate and threatened to reveal everything. And the fire? The final step meant to eliminate the man at the top. Detective Knoxley was mere collateral damage.
There is a conspiracy afoot, but I have my doubts as to Stoker's involvement to reveal some harsh truths.
Assassination attempts without being revealed.
Conspiracy? Now you're planning to accuse more of the staff here. When will this investigation end?
When I have the truth. Multiple crimes committed through differing methods. It couldn't all be the work of one person.
Are you sure about that?
Expanding net of accusations just makes it more difficult for him to prove. You should find the right time to strike. Orchestrated. He does rank highly, of course. Why do you think he would betray the rest of the staff like this?
His aim was the top of the leadership and take over for himself. Ambition makes for a deadly dance partner.
Is there proof of this ambition, though? Or do I have some sort of proof against it?
His plan to eliminate Lord Fettiford and his allies, a concerted effort to claim the entire state for himself.
Just to reiterate, you're saying Stoker intends to take over this entire state for himself?
Naturally. Coal mines would make him immensely wealthy, and he could make all sorts of demands from the government.
Government. Silverton is thinking too small. We know this goes beyond mere matters of wealth. I believe you made a mistake in the culprit's true goal, a goal which Stoker himself has no place in. I believe this shows the true culprit's actual goal.
Oh, do I want to do that?
He didn't know about the draft, that's for sure. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it, let's see. Silverton is quite correct. There is a conspiracy afoot. We obtained this document a short time ago. Have a look.
Ah, yes. Declaration of Independence. Clearly, Stoker fancies himself as a leader of this micronation.
What? Independence? Did you both forget I'm a high-ranking member of the Riverluck government? I love my country. So you say, but controlling the coal mine that feeds the capital directly would give you quite the bargaining chip. Just one problem with that, Silverton. Note the signers. Beaufort, Cantel, and Lester. Ah. Indeed, Stoker's name is conspicuously absent. If he were part of some great plot to take over the estate, I'd want my name all over it. I mean, if I was gonna. Wait, you're saying the other staff are gonna take over the manor and the mines? Possibly. This would be quite the elaborate joke if not. After all, 2 of these 3 men have already signed it. And they were gonna cut me out of the deal? Mr. Stoker, they were intending to create a new country out of the estate and surrounding lands.
Why would they do that? The army would crush them.
Possibly if they took their declaration seriously, but to not involve Stoker or Fedefort, there must be a reason. Ah, Fedefort. Hadn't considered that. He's not listed either. This was all done assuming Fedefort would be out of the way. So the fire, you aren't saying a revolution against the head of the estate, but 2 of the men listed on this document are now dead.
Hang on. 2 of them?
As you know about the declaration, you should also know we found Davy Cantel.
We did not find Davy.
Oh my god. Knox, I am going to slap the shit out of you. Found Davy Cantel unresponsive a short while ago.
No. Davy too?
Please don't shout. Nobody knows except us and the culprit. You believe Beaufort's murderer, the arsonist, and whoever poisoned Cantel could indeed all be the same person? It's possible. Burning of the estate was not the main goal, and these other killings were not intended. The plan fell apart behind the scenes, and someone listed on this document was forced to cover their tracks. Yeah, Henri is dead. That's what I'm saying. Henri is dead. Davy is alive. Willing to carry out the assassinations of Fedefort without being suspected, an act which has failed for now. Only one person mentioned this document is still alive, and he doesn't know that we found his second victim.
Henri? You think he did all this?
Nah, no way. Not Henri. I don't buy that for a minute. Unfortunately, he must answer for this document at a minimum, and if he is responsible for the other crimes, well... We need more time to find some decisive evidence. I'll also need to question Mr. Lester. Blech. Who are all those people coming our way? Oh no. Mr. Lestrade, where's everyone going? Guess you didn't hear? Lord Fedefort is sending everyone home. Or Henri's gonna keep watch. No, not yet. We're so close.
What's the matter? Everyone's real worn out after today. I can see why he'd want some time alone.
Keep the gates locked and gather everyone here. Stoker, tell Henri that Davy wishes to see him in the courtyard.
But Davy's... Oh, I get it. Mr. Noxley? Thanks. Thanks for believing me.
Just doing my job.
What's going on? You figure something out, Seven?
Possibly, but it'll involve eliminating other possibilities first. There's still a few details that don't add up. My accusation hinges on this declaration document, but was he actually involved in its creation somehow? There's the fact that I've had multiple character witnesses who say Henri is not the scheming type.
It's fucking Davy! Oh my god!
Noxley, I want to crack you upside the head so fucking bad. Tell Henri to take his gas mask off, damn it. May I help, Detective? You may help by not making any more wild accusations. Oh, fine. Take all the fun away, then. See to it that the gate is not open until I've exhausted my arguments or gotten a confession or two. You're going to interrogate Henri, then? Not directly at first. Wish to see what sort of reactions I can draw out of him. See any mistakes he could make. Foundation of my argument revolves around the Declaration. I need to work backward from there to discover who's involved. Wait, what? Work backward? Take your mask off. Take your mask off. For fuck's sakes. Take your mask off. Ugh. Henri, there you are. You're responsible for directing these people off the grounds.
Yes, it's time to go. Many things happened today. Many terrible things. Lord Fetterfort needs his rest.
Then I'll ask you to keep the gates closed for just a moment longer. I have an important announcement to make. He didn't mention anything about Davy wanting to speak to him. He must be waiting for me to reveal his fate. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction, not until I've unraveled exactly what's going on here.
This will not do, no? Every second these people linger here will do lasting harm to Lord Fetterfort.
Then I'd best work quickly, no? Fortunately, this case has many layers, and I will need to uncover them all.
Case? Mr. Beaufort's accident and the house fire. This is a case to you now.
That's right. I tend to prove that every crime committed here today is connected. A grand conspiracy is afoot.
This sounds like an incredible waste of time. I'm opening the gates now.
Are you certain? Let me get at the beginning. Just one argument. You'll want to hear what I have to say, Lester. The whole scheme began some time ago. To paint you a picture, I think you'll agree.
Schemes and conspiracies. No, I'm confused, yes?
Most people would be. Schemes are secretive by nature. We begin by declaring something unexpected. He wanted to destroy the coal mine. What? No, he wanted to be independent. What is your line of thinking here? What? He didn't want to assassinate Buford. What is your line of thinking here? Do you want to... I assume maybe he wants to do Hildy's invitation, right? I'm very concerned about... I don't know what Nox's thing is here, especially when the easiest thing is to take your fucking mask off, right? It's either the Declaration or... I mean, I guess we'll see what he says, right? Well, she doesn't know. She was just told there's going to be a story, right? Of course you picked that one. I'm going to try it. The scheme was only partially executed in secret. Indeed, its success relied upon a witness at the right moment.
Creating a witness to a crime? No, I do not follow.
And I believe that's what happened. The scheme only bears fruit if as many as possible learn of it.
Truly foolish. Lord Fetterfort's business is his own.
That's the important bit. Lord Fetterfort wasn't involved. Shows that he was meant... This shows what was meant to create a witness.
Yes.
Whoops. Yes, here we are. Miss Hookwell's invitation. A summoning a member of the press with promises of his story.
I do not understand. Did you not receive an invitation as well?
Ah, but Lord Fetterfort handwrote mine, whereas this one was typed and sent anonymously. Reason to believe it was sent by someone other than Fetterfort, despite being written on his personal stationery. And who would have access to his stationery to do as they pleased? That would be you, Mr. Lester.
You think I would steal from my employer and send this letter to a stranger? For what reason?
As I said, to create a witness.
Very interesting, yes, but I see no evidence of a crime. Now excuse me, I must tend to our guests.
What? Wait, come back here. I'm not finished yet. Trying to lose me in the crowd of people to get to the gate controls won't allow him to proceed. Been caught in a snare, and he knows it. Let's hear... Oops, well, that's wrong here. Let's hear how he intends to wriggle out of this one.
Someone still needs to alert the police, yes? We need to see Mr. Buford's body safely taken away.
Silverton, you weren't among us during the first murder. I trust you can go and fetch the police for me.
I never agreed to that.
What?
Not talking to the police for you. I'll have all the facts and no intention of getting further involved.
Motherfucker! You drive me nuts sometimes, Silverton. Make me look like a fool. Suppose he has a right to decline, though. I guess Fedifort would have been the one I would have sent. I was saying, inviting a witness to report on the fruits of your conspiracy means something else important.
Miss Hookwell is a guest, so I'm responsible for her care as much as yours, yes? This is what is important.
Is it, though? Pretend for a moment that I wasn't here to intervene. Pretend the scheme went as planned. Miss Hookwell's presence proves one additional aspect of the conspiracy regardless of my presence. I think the timing was important because of the draft call, right? I think that with the draft call. Because Henri would know about it. Henri would know. Alright. The timing of this meeting was what mattered, not merely the location. It had to be this weekend.
Ah, you are certain? The workers go home on the weekend. The mines are not in operation, no?
Mines were just bait. Rather, there was a different reason that this scheme had to initiate today. Yes, that's right. This letter that Lord Fedifort received from the government. Surely you've seen it.
Ah!
It concerns the upcoming draft of soldiers, specifically that Fedifort's attempt to excuse his staff had failed. The drafting begins next week, 2 days from now, in fact. This weekend is their last chance to carry out their plans. Their one chance to sow seeds of chaos, to upturn order, to find a way to dodge the draft and save the operation.
Where did you get that?
Lord Fedifort entrusted me with it. But do not worry, I'm not here to see to its enforcement. Rather, I'm here to make sense of the events that transpired today and see that justice is served.
You have to go now.
Running again? I assure you I'm not finished yet. He'll no doubt try to exert his own authority over the manor grounds. I best keep on my guard. Huh.
Who? No. Who is this dragon? Does he have an invitation?
I don't say anything. Why do I need to speak up? I'm conducting an investigation of my own. May overlap with Noxley's plight. It may not. I suppose we'll see.
Henri seems to be...
Look. Henri seems to have been caught off guard. I could use the opportunity to keep up the pressure. Yeah. Reading is difficult, chat. With the time and witness established, it's time to begin looking at specific actions that our culprit took.
Mr. Knoxley, please, we're all so tired, and tired of your harassment of our staff and guests.
I assure you my harassment, as you call it, is not unfounded. And if all went well, you might even agree.
What are you talking about?
A contingency. Something that needed to be accounted for before the plan could be completed successfully. Between the crimes that happened here today, only one was intended from the start. That crime needed a culprit.
Another culprit? You would attempt to arrest even more innocent people.
No one is innocent until I say so. And this person is specifically of interest for this very reason. This one's incorrect. It's gonna sign that one off for sure. If I do hint, it's gonna take that one away for fucking sure. And that's not what I care about. No one went straight to the fucking police. Oh, thank fuck. Okay. Someone needed to take the blame. I said I 100% believe he's secret police. It's safe to say some of the staff here would not be so easily swayed. Rather, they would have to be removed another way.
Removed? More murders? Mr. Knoxley, please.
Another murder would complicate things, but someone taking the blame would have the opposite effect, no? Tie up a loose end for a crime committed and get someone who's not loyal to the cause out of the way. Be the Mind's Lantern, right? This lantern was found in the ashes. We know for a fact it belongs to Foreman Stoker. It was likely the source of the fire. Had the fire successfully eliminated Fetterfort, it'd be tantalizing evidence for Stoker's involvement in the fire.
The lantern? Yes, that's right. The foreman made a mistake and caused the fire. It is the only explanation.
So you admit that the lantern likely caused the fire. Foreman Stoker is to blame? Will you testify to that fact?
Yes, exactly. Excellent work, detective.
Not so fast. The lantern may be the cause of the fire, but Stoker was not responsible for its placement. The reason is simple. Whoever placed this lantern was also responsible for Buford's murder. I have evidence of this, the bloodied sack. And I already believe that Stoker was not responsible for Buford's murder. Ergo, he is disconnected from the fire. Well, Mr. Lester, do you still intend to blame Stoker, or are you ready to admit he was being framed?
One culprit for two crimes? You have no proof. No. Why was the sack not burned up in the fire, then?
The sack was used to carry Buford's walking stick in secret, and then was disposed of behind the workshop. The stick was nearly the same height as an average mouse. It'd be difficult to conceal it if left intact. No more running away, I see. Perhaps you'd like to hear what else I've figured out, Mr. Lester.
I serve Lord Fetterford. Everything that happens at the estate, I must know about. Yes? You will tell me what you know. Miss Hookwell, it is time for you to return. Were you able to complete your work?
Oh, chat, which one? Fuck. I have no idea what she could possibly say because she's a wild card. I will go with the third option as well. As a matter of fact, we are presently cooperating on a case. Can't let her leave until I'm satisfied. This is what I mean by the wild card bullshit! Lady. Get the fucking...
Who's this we? Remember how you grilled me, Noxley? That's where our cooperation ended officially.
Oh, my mistake. I hope I didn't bruise your ego too badly. Like she's not leaving yet, at least. Better refrain from pushing my luck further. Everything I've described so far is merely setup. It would have been a perfect crime, but things went wrong from the start.
It failed, but someone is dead. The house is no more. Our lives are changed forever, yes?
And yet the culprit is still scrambling to salvage what they can from the remains of their scheme.
I do not understand.
Take a step back and figure out where things started to diverge from the plan. Here's what I believe happened. A small operation, private, by invitation only. That's why a stranger arriving is cause for concern.
No, the only unexpected visitor is just about to leave, that pale dragon. But he arrived after the fire, yes?
He did. There are still a handful of guests here today. One of them turned out to be a disruption. Perhaps this will demonstrate who and why. It's ego stroking, but the unexpected intruder is me. It explains the uncomfortable reception I received. I was invited by Lord Fettifort directly. You were not aware. And yet, you must have seen this newspaper as well. Henri, the Dark Detective, here at your doorstep unannounced. My meddling could prove the undoing of their entire scheme. Or, what if Fettifort knew and had hired me to put a stop to it? It was a gamble the culprit had to take. Today was the only day they could act. They went ahead with the plan cautiously.
Yes, Lord Fettifort surely saw you in the papers. That must be why he invited you here. But why?
Matter is still between the two of us. As assured, I will expose any and all criminal schemes in my vicinity.
You've had ample time to find a culprit. It is time for you to leave. Perhaps you could try again another day.
Oh no, that can't happen. Today is the final chance for this conspiracy to come to fruition.
Why are you still here, Mr. Noxley? Your presence causes Lord Fettifort unneeded stress, yes?
I almost want to exercise my authority. I don't trust Fettifort. Fettifort already wants us to, stop. right? Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna exercise my authority. I have a sworn duty to the people of my country. All the crimes have occurred here, and everyone here is involved. Yes, I suppose you do. Henri, let Mr. Noxley finish his work. It is important. Fetterford gave up without a fight. A shame our suspect isn't as easy to bend. Let's continue. Now we come to the turning point. The point where I first became aware of something afoot. Beaufort's murder.
You still insist Norman's death was murder and not an accident? Why would someone with a secret plan be that careless?
Because it was unintentional. In fact, I fully believe the culprit expected Mr. Beaufort to go along with their plans.
What? No. How widely does this conspiracy spread?
That depends on how long I've allowed it to continue growing. That's what I believe is going on. No? Thank you. Don't you dare cover this one off. Cut this one off, please. Please. Oh, thank God. Okay. There's one of these, like, one of these two off. Don't you dare cut that one off. Naturally, with the murder and the unexpected intruder, the scheme quickly came unraveled, required course correction.
This is all speculation so far. You have no proof of any schemes, real or imagined, yes?
True. It would be a huge waste of time if I had absolutely nothing to show, wouldn't it?
Yes, why? What are you saying?
Fortunately for all of us, I do have something that proves an evolving scheme on these grounds, for better or worse. Here, a certain declaration concerning the future of the estate. A declaration withheld from its present owner.
Where did you find that?
I'm not at liberty to divulge that, Mr. Lester. Rest assured, it is no mere fabrication. In fact, it's on Lord Fetterfort's personal stationery, something only he and you have access to, no?
I have access to the blank pages, yes, but you have no proof that I drafted it.
True, I do not, but you signed it, Mr. Lester. Thus you have seen it before.
I confess, I did sign it, yes? It's the only way to prove that we were serious about resisting the draft. There was no death involved, no murders. This is entirely unrelated to Norman or the house fire.
That I'm not so sure about. I feel like I could still connect the dots in a few key places. After all, this draft was intended to be hidden. That means the scheme fell apart and was in its death throes.
If you say so, but signing the page is where my involvement ends, Mr. Noxley.
He's trying to distance himself from the truth again. Fortunately, there were other repercussions to be had.
Lord Fetterford, please return to your cabin, yes? I'll be on hand to assist you shortly.
Yes, I'll allow that, so long as Mr. Lestrade accompanies him until my investigation is complete. Oh, Chuck? A nice fellow, though direly in need of a toothbrush. I believe I'll bide my time here for now. Fair enough. Shouldn't need too much longer. What? That better not hurt me. Okay. As Lestrade's hygienic issues notwithstanding, that could have turned into a very unfortunate situation. We don't want him alone with Fetterfort. Now that we were revealing secrets, there's another discovery that I feel it is time to reveal.
Piece of paper, you know, it means nothing. It was an idea that failed, and I will answer for that.
That's good to hear. It's not nice to keep secrets of Fetterfort, or from me. And I know you're hiding something else.
You bluff, Mr. Noxley.
The house fire and the attack of Mr. Beaufort weren't the only incidents today. There was another because... What? I guess altercation in the workshop? That has to be the only one, right? There was another altercation that resulted in another crime. Reason to believe it happened in the workshop.
Workshop? Guess they're not allowed in the workshop.
I can understand that. That makes it all the more appropriate to have it out with the coworker in private.
What? A quarrel between the staff? Why do you say this?
Because of something that was reported to me directly. Explain how I came to this conclusion. Okay. Whew! Detective Silverton was stationed on the road overlooking the manor. He reported seeing two figures enter the workshop. And a short time later, one figure exited.
What? This means nothing. Staff come and go from the workshop all day long.
Ah, so if we go to the workshop right now, you insist we won't find anything out of place then?
A waste of time. These people will not wait for another investigation to conclude, Mr. Knoxley.
On the contrary, we already investigated, and I believe I know who the two figures that entered could be. It's murder, house fire, and Davy Cantel's poisoning. Could they all be the work of the same person? And one explanation for what happened in the workshop. I need to sound confident in my findings.
Maybe. Shouldn't you go make sure your brother is safe?
Davy, you mean? What?
Cover himself. He was talking about Cavey.
I don't know if...
Where is KV?
Cavey is safe. Do not worry. That was a strange reaction. I'll have to keep it in mind. Because he's fucking Davy. Two people entered the workshop, but only one came back out. I believe this individual has plenty to answer for.
You're making an accusation? On what grounds?
Grounds. Grounds.
The scheme was...
The scheme was falling apart, yet the culprit was intent on seeing it through to the end, with or without accomplices. But what if these accomplices were turning against the leader? Well, they would have to be eliminated naturally.
You think one of these accomplices was attacked in the workshop? There are no witnesses to your claim.
And yet, I know exactly who these two figures are. Culprit and their accomplice. That would be... two people about the same height entered, but only one left. That duo was Davy Cantel and you, Mr. Lester.
You accuse me of this altercation with Davy?
I've already accounted for the whereabouts of Mavie and Cavey. Thus, by process of elimination...
You cannot prove it then.
Mr. Lester, listen very carefully. I'm giving you one chance to come clean and admit to what's going on.
There's nothing to admit, and there was no altercation.
Henri, force my hand into this. Can't get distracted now. Henri and Davy went to the workshop, and only one of them came back out, and I know why. What? You're kidding me! Is there a thing I can do for poisoning? I need to show who's missing from this equation and why. Poisoning. Ah! No! Wrong again! Wrong again. It's not the poisoning. So it's just gonna be Davy's whereabouts then. I started thinking Davy is poisoning. No. Davy Cantel was missing for much of today. He told his sister he was asleep, but this was a lie. In truth, he was conspiring behind the scenes. When the scheme fell apart, he paid the ultimate price.
How dare you?
Is this true, Davy? I'm afraid so. I discovered his body in the workshop a short time ago. You can go see for yourself if you wish. Why did you keep this a secret? As I said, to give the culprit one final chance to confess. Mr. Lester, you were the last person to see Davy alive.
No! An accident! Must have suffered an accident. After I left the workshop, yes? That must be it. Norman's death, the fire, the stress was too much for him. Yes, he must have had a medical emergency.
Mr. Lester, you're still fighting to the bitter end.
Because I did not kill Davy, that is the truth. Now please, leave us to pick up the pieces.
He's beginning to falter. Could Henri truly be capable of murder? A scheme to take over the entire estate?
Let's get back to my duties. Rocky, open the gates so these people are free to leave.
Nope, not gonna do that, Henry. I got a badge to uphold and a detective I trust to get the job done.
Your cooperation is appreciated, Foreman Stoker. It won't be too much longer now.
The only conspiracy here is you two against the rest of the guests, yes? I hope you realize this.
Stoker and the others are relying on me to end this here and now. I have to keep going. I see you still hope all of this will just go away. Fortunately, justice is only fair when it's solidly dealt.
Our estate, our family has suffered a tragedy. You're making this harder than it needs to be.
Very well, a deal then. If I can prove that Davy's death was murder, then you must hear and accept my formal accusation.
Formal accusation?
The lone culprit leaving a trail of bodies in their wake, trying desperately to keep this conspiracy alive. Let us forget everything before Davy Cantel's death. First, the murder weapon. What was Davy's cause of death? Second, the how. How was this murder weapon used? Finally, when. Shows when the fatal blow was delivered upon Davy. With Silverton's observations, right? Or maybe lunchtime. Maybe when he was missing? So we haven't used this one before. Or maybe the red fence. Yeah. Those things cause of death. The victim succumbed to le de morte. There's no E on the end. Le de mort. Maybe le de mort is how it's said. Poisoning. How was the murder weapon used? The victim's mask was poisoned and the straps were tampered with. And what shows when the trap was set? The garden fence was painted red this morning. Davy was killed by Ledamore poison. It was gathered from a plant growing in Lord Fedifort's private garden. Poison was placed in his mask and caused him to suffocate when he breathed through the poison filter. This all happened in the workshop. The culprit poisoned the mask ahead of time and ensured the victim put it on. Workshop was locked with the victim inside, and our killer returned a short time later to hide his body in a storage case. So when was the mask poisoned? Had to be this morning while the red paint on the garden fence was still wet. Discovered red marks on the filter cap on the poisoned mask. Killer touched the painted fence while gathering the poison. This time frame lines up with the point where Davy went missing, right after the pair were seen entering the workshop around noon. Culprit must have been creating a contingency in case someone else who knew of their plan should show signs of betrayal. Oh, Mr. Lester, can you provide an alibi for your whereabouts after I was escorted to my first meeting?
Staff had many things to do this time. None of us was in any one place for very long. No, I cannot. Nothing you say now will change what's happened here today. Please, you must put an end to this and let me open the gate.
Unbelievable! He still isn't giving up. If anything, he seems more determined than ever. Am I losing my touch? Take your fucking mask off.
We've been more than generous with the time we've given you. Now it's time for you to go, yes?
Not yet. Promise a chance to name a culprit. My prediction is unsatisfactory, then I'll concede. Even if I correctly state the culprit, Lester will not back down. What other choice do I have? Lester, even if I do name you as a suspect, the other staff have already disagreed about your capacity for murder. Take a truly monumental act of fortune or force to bring this thing to an end. Take your fucking mask off. Wait, the work of the mine was already done well before noon, so why did Davy need to put on a mask at all? No, it couldn't be. Mr. Lester, before I make my accusation, I'd like you to remove your mask so I can look you in the eye.
No, the smoke for the fire, you see? My asthma's very bad today, yes?
I knew it. But how do I demask our culprit? Because of a weakness. All I can do now is name a name. Very well, everyone. Ready to name the culprit. In this case, listen closely. Mr. Buford's murder, the house fire, and the murder in the workshop. All the work of one person. Incisive, something to make the true culprit reveal themselves willingly. What if we name Cavey? What if we name Cavey and that forces him out? Oh. Yeah, I think either one, right? I'm gonna do Davy. Because I don't want them to be like to change, like, ha, I got you to admit it. Davy can't tell. Fearing the draft and with nothing to lose, he took on this scheme and killed any who stood in his way.
Davy, who's lying dead in the workshop right now, yes?
Ah, yes, it seems fate caught up to him in the end, no? No, fucking back down, bitch, back down! Well, something nasty, then so be it. It's the only way. None, I say. Oh, I've changed my mind. The true culprit is Cavey. Cavey can't tell. Truly calculating mind lies behind that innocent smile. Clearly capacity for murder.
What?
Oh yes, I dealt with my fair share of criminal scum, and I know all about obfuscation. Consider this. Large gaps in his whereabouts today, as testified by Mavie. He's absent right now, in fact. And the declaration, I received it directly from him. He was intending to hide it, knowing his scheme was exposed. And where was he? Standing over Buford's body, attempting to cover it up while it was inside the mines. This means he also knows of the secret passage from the garden to the wall, and thus he knew how to move the body. He had the opportunity and the athleticism to stow the lantern in the hidden corner of the house to start the fire. And lastly, his size fits the witness description of whoever accompanied Davy Cantell into the workshop before his death.
No! Stop it! Please stop!
No need to argue for him. He'll receive a fair trial after his stint in the barrows. Of course, the 50-year jubilee begins next week, so his trial won't commence until after that is over. And regardless, he'll no doubt be drafted anyway. But so it goes. I'll escort him to the police myself.
No! No, you won't! You can't do this!
I can, and I will. I said I would name the culprit, and I have. Now I merely need to fetch him from the mines. Unless...
Unless what?
Unless you look me in the eye and prove his innocence, Henry Lester. Henri Lester. Fucking Davy, who we called that like ages ago. Holy shit. Welcome back to the land of the living, Davy.
Davy, you're alive! Oh, when you said you were dead, I didn't know what to think, but you're all right.
Alive? Yeah. All right, though. Wish it were that simple. Full secret police moment, yep. Davy, you did all of this? And that means Henri. Oh no. Things had gone to plan. You would have been the only casualty, you demented old reptile. Instead, I was betrayed by 2 friends and my brother, only to lose everything, all because they had no spine. And now, me, my brother, and half the village of miners are gonna die on the front, all thanks to you, detective. Everyone must serve their nation and do their time. It is fate. You're hardly the first to call it unjust. Your devotion to your brother is understandable. Your plan is horrific and was doomed to failure from the start. You weren't betrayed. You were surrounded by individuals with a conscience. Revenge has rotted away your soul. Words spoken by a feral beast tamed by the Chancellor. What would you know about ambition, about protecting someone? What was your goal had your plan succeeded? You declared independence from Vivalette. What then? Simple. Shelter in the mines and threaten to burn the entire coal supply until our demands were met by your government. What'd I say? Start a coal fire. Ah, a siege then. Well, the Rivulet army clearly has experience in capturing defensible positions, Davy. Now when the people back our struggle, first spark against a lifetime of tyranny and servitude. Not entertain this farcical dream further. All it will bring is even more needlessly lost lives. I must admit, I missed the first half of this tumultuous affair. Care to fill me in on what exactly happened here? It's like he said, Henri found the letter saying the draft would go on, and that Fedefort was going to let it happen. Me, Henri, and Norman had the idea to shelter in the mines. We could hide everyone until the drafted forces were gone. But it was my idea to make our defiance permanent. We knew we had to get Rocky out of the way. He's loyal to the government. He's the one who actually runs things. Remove Fedefort from power and pin the crime on Rocky. That means the house fire. The evidence that links him to it. Porter would make him guilty in the court of public opinion. Government would have no choice but to remove him. That's when you'd send your Declaration of Independence. An empty coal cart pulling up to the palace would get you noticed. Henri brought me the stationery. I drafted the declaration as well as an invitation to the Rivulet Gazette. Henri was complicit in the fire and framing plot. Henri didn't know. Told him to prep the lantern this morning, said it was so we could see if they cut power to the mines. I punctured the sides so the fuel vapors would leak slowly. That would let the fire spread when enough had leaked out. But Henri signed the declaration. You deceived him from the start. Yeah, Henri wanted this revolution to be bloodless. Poor naive idiot. Mr. Beaufort found out too. He was against me from the start. He didn't let me know that.
Instead, he wanted to wait and see if I'd see reason. Found him in the garden and told him to prepare to move to the mines. That's when he tried to stop me himself. The knife. So he lunged at you first and you reached by. You reacted by striking you with the lantern inside the burlap sack. It was an accident. As soon as I saw the blood, I knew the declaration was no longer any good. The plan was crumbling. I worked fast. I used the passage in the garden to get a cart and move him away before the hyena came back and found him. Tried to cause a cave-in to cover him up and buy us some more time. When I remembered the passage, I had to close it off. Went back to the garden, lit the lantern, and hid it in the boarded-up corner on the second floor of the house. Forgot about that old man's walking stick, so I had to get rid of that. I couldn't find where the knife went. I also grabbed a branch of Leda Mort from the garden while the barbed wire fence was still broken open. Norman was planning to betray me. Henri could have been on his side. Need a contingency, just like you said. You were pressed for time. By this point, I was having tea with Lord Fetterfort. What happened while I was inside? Went to the workshop to dispose of the bloody sack. Be sure no one witnessed my activities. Also crushed up the poison inside Henri's spare mask filter, just like you said. And I replaced the cap. Must have had paint on my gloves. I had to put glue on the strap in case he realized I tried to take it off. Meanwhile, Henri had gathered all the guests in front of the house so we could work on the scheme without any witnesses. Then when Henri left his post to change his mask filters, I followed, so I had to test his loyalty. A test? You told him Buford had betrayed you. You wanted to see if he was planning to do the same. He wanted out. He was threatening to go to Fetterfort and you with everything, so I let him change out his mask. Poison worked quickly. He was on his knees in seconds. Locked the workshop and went to tell Mavie that I needed a rest. This is when you made the switch. I needed to distance myself from the scheme while keeping an eye on you and the reporter. I had to salvage what I could. When the hyena left, I went back into the workshop and took Henri's neckerchief and gloves. Then I hid my body. This was just as you were coming out of the house. I had hoped the fuel-soaked clothes would mask my scent to a dragon. It did. Your impression was decent enough. This is about when we discovered the body in the mines then. All I could do now was encourage you to leave. For a time it looked like Rocky may take the blame. It would have been ideal. But the declaration was no good with a dead signer. I'd have to redo it. That's when Cavey realized it. Cavey knew your true identity. Even through the costume, he could tell who you really were. Really are. I told him I was working in a secret plan. I gave him the declaration and told him to hide it in the mines. He was afraid of Norman's body sitting out in the open, so I said he could cover it up so he didn't have to see it. We lost our parents, my older sister, half our family, older brother, half our older sister, what the fuck? Half our family in that accident years ago. I wasn't gonna lose anyone else. I just wanted him as far from things as possible. Last thing I wanted was for him to become a suspect. Satisfied? It'll do. Thank you. So in the end, it wasn't the Sun Bears who wanted me dead. It was the people I considered friends. Friends fight for one another. You were gonna send us marching into our graves while replacing us at home. Maybe the Sun Bears had the right idea. Maybe I should have been exterminated after all. What? You've heard it before, yes? Where miasma dragons go, death is sure to follow. Two of us together, we drew death to this place. We're a cursed species. We deserve our isolation. That's ridiculous. Won't even honor it with a counter-argument. Please, never speak like that again. I see the police arriving. On the Capitol Access Road. Go ahead, Noxley. Turn over your quarry. It's gonna be Mouse, isn't it? Yeah, it's Mouse. Detective Noxley, you're already here? Ah, Morris. Rather far from Tower 51, aren't we? Yes, well,
I was helping with preparations for the Jubilee next week, so I was in the Palace District. A deal of smoke floated past, and they sent me to investigate. Because I'm already too late, though. Any loss of life I need to report? 2 bodies to report, though not because of the fire. Noxley, what have you bumbled into this time? Who is this? Davy can't tell. Coal miner employed by the Fettifort estate. I take it Detective Noxley has brought you to me because you're somehow responsible for those deaths. Hi. Fettifort, I swear to God! Nox, grab him by his ear and twist it. Like, you stop that. I am responsible for what happened here. 2 of my employees were killed today because of me. Fettifort! Detective Noxley, you're confused. What's going on here? No! I'm the one you want. Norman Beaufort and Henry Lester. Those are their names. I killed them both. I also started the fire that consumed the manor house and tried to trap Noxley and Fettifort inside. Oh, but because of me... Shut the fuck up. Fettifort, you... Stop it. Stop it. Bad. Noxley, please, do your thing and make sense of all this for me. Beaufort's death was technically inflicted in self-defense. The rest is accurate to my knowledge. Davy is at fault. Take Davy into custody if you can. I'll turn over all my notes and the evidence I've procured. I came to investigate a possible fire. I'll do my best. Thank you for your service, Detective. Davy? Hey, Cavey. What is happening? Nothing. I've got to go away for a while, okay? Away? Oh. Yeah, so take care of your sister while I'm gone. Davy? Rocky found our special wall. That's okay. No more secrets between us or anybody else, okay? I don't have to tell you to be good. You always are. But if someone tries to hurt you, you stand up for yourself. Be good, okay? Tie me up. Do whatever. I'm ready to go. Do you need help with restraints, Morris? I'm not gonna run. Can't run in a place like Rivulet anyway. My story's done. Be all over the papers tomorrow. Just hope somebody sees it and does what I couldn't. Bring actual justice to people who actually need it. Wait, before you go, need to be sure I wasn't carrying any more, poison with him. It is a deadly plant. He broke into Fettifort's private garden and stole some. It's already been responsible for 1 death today. That wasn't me. What? I took a branch from the plant, but the barbed wire was already broken open by someone else. That wasn't me. That's all. Let's go. Lord Fettifort, with all due respect, what was that? Everything I said was true. I failed them. I refused to sacrifice my own comfort to push back against injustice. Justice and truth only exist in one state, objective reality. What Davy did was beyond deplorable. Davy is young, misguided, passionate. He had so much more to live for, and he threw it all away. I'm old, worthless, have no family, no one to love. Should have been taken away in his stead. Hardly innocent either. Done plenty, actively and passively, that would make you reconsider. Those sunglasses have completely blackened your view of the world, Mr. Noxley. What will you do now, then? You need a place to stay. I'll sell the entire operation to Stoker and the government. He'll find new labor and give the government what they want. And I'll find a new home and retire far away from here, under the thumb of a palace, just like you. Go. Finish your rounds, then be off. We'll have tea again someday, and you've matured a bit. Should make sure the Cantels are all right, and bid farewell to Stoker and Miss Clementine. Miss Hookwell and Detective Silverton will likely need rides back to the capital as well. Should offer to share our cab. Miss Cantel?
Mr. Noxley, did you finish with the police?
Yes. Davy surrendered. They'll return with the medical examiner to take care of the bodies. How's Cavey?
Reality's still setting in. He'll be alright. He's lost parts of his family before, after all.
Whatever happens to the estate next, make sure you get your fair share. Family's done a lot for it.
I know. Cavey's drafted. I'll probably see if I can volunteer for the effort too. Making uniforms, that sort of thing. If I'm helpful enough, maybe Davy's sentencing will be lightened. Just a little bit.
Hey, Seven. You about ready to go?
Yes. Just saying a few goodbyes first.
Well, it'll be alright. Change always comes when you least suspect it. Sometimes it changes everything, too.
Foreman Stoker, Miss Clementine, wanted to thank you for your cooperation. It's just on my way out.
Yeah, well, could have gone a lot worse, I guess. Got a platinum star, though.
Nothing's gonna stick on me. Of course. You're going to participate in the 50-year Jubilee next week.
Yep, sure am.
Everyone with the platinum star is expected to show up. I'm bringing Nev along as my date, of course.
Isn't he the sweetest? A private party inside the palace itself. Oh, I just cannot wait.
Yeah, I need to take it easy around the Chancellor and them. At least for the first day or two.
Mr. Noxley? Do I need to talk to the police too? Because I helped you with the Mr. Buford's investigation?
No need. Turned over all my notes, but I left out your involvement. Still, I would recommend cooperation if they ask.
Okay, thank you. I do wish to help if I can, but I'm always afraid of saying the wrong thing.
It'll be alright, Nev. You won't have to talk to anybody unless I'm here, and there too. Detective Silverton? Miss Hookwell? Would either of you care to join our carriage back to the capital?
Yeah, it'll be a tight fit. You can squeeze in next to me if you want.
Appreciated, but I'm not going the way you're going. Ah, more loose ends in your investigation. I would offer to help, but I feel I'm being chased off as it is. I feel like he broke in first, and he took the plant, right? I feel like there's going to be a poisoning at the Jubilee. They're going to kill the Chancellor. That's what I feel like is going to happen in the fourth case. I have a feeling the fourth case, the Jubilee, Ashton's going to kill the Chancellor. That's what I feel like. No, it's fine. I used the access road to get here, and that's the way I'll be going back. Stay safe. We'll talk soon. Yeah, it might genuinely be a dragon coup because the dragons have been so badly mistreated. Like, really badly, right? Everybody's been in the suck, but dragons have gotten a particular suckage all throughout. We've seen they're even desperate. Like, a bunch of them are, like, fucking really desperate to get out. Same here. I'm gonna stay in the village tonight. See if I can build a better idea of what Davy and the victims were like. I see. Plan to report on the failed revolution attempt.
I don't know yet. Seems a little irresponsible, even if it's the truth. Oh, more people getting hurt.
That seemed like a tough spot. Look forward to whatever story you plan to go with, regardless.
Thanks, handsome. Can't promise I'll keep your name out of it, but I'll do my best, as long as you do the same for me.
I kept your invitation when I turned my notes over to Morris. Any direct link to the case will be by your own doing. Well, be your own doing. I put way too much in there.
Oh, on a first name basis with the police, huh? You're always so full of surprises, Seven Noxley.
All right, the carriage is gonna be loaded. Suppose that's it. Let's hail a carriage in the village at the base of the mountain. We should be back within an hour.
Sounds good to me, chum. I'm beat.
No, remember, he offered to help build, so he'll probably work to help build the estate, right? Rebuild it.
It's a nice evening after all that rain. Want to go and get something to eat?
Very well. What'd you have in mind?
Uh-oh. Hang on. Looks like someone recognizes you. Mr. Noxley, you're back.
Good evening, Tim. You still working?
Just finished. Still a letter for you from the palace. Didn't have your address on it, but...
Ah, good. And they do not know exactly where I live yet.
Here you go. Oh, it's got a wax seal and everything.
It hasn't been tampered with. Let's have a look. It's an invitation to attend the private party at the palace during next week's 50-year jubilee. Appears they're inviting citizens of a certain amount of notoriety, perhaps of a certain star rank.
Wow, party in the palace. I'd love to see that.
Because I can bring along one guest. Fortunately, it's extended to adults only. You're still too young yet.
So, Lestrade, my main man, my buddy. The guy who's been helping us on 3 other cases, unexpectedly. So how about it, Lestrade? You want to go to the palace? Brush your fucking teeth first, though. Oh, that's okay. There's still the outdoor gathering in the courtyard for the public, right? I'll go to that. I better check out for the evening. I'll see you again soon, Mr. Noxley. Nice kid. Friend of yours?
In a manner of speaking, yes. How about you, Mr. Lestrade? Would you like to be my +1?
Me? I don't know. I don't got any formal wear or anything like that. Is that okay?
I think you'll be fine.
Can I meet the Chancellor there?
If Mr. Stoker was invited, I suppose all the Platinum Star holders will be there, including the Chancellor, yes?
Good. I want to give him a piece of my mind. Something's got to be done with the Dirt District. It's getting bad over there.
Just be sure to mind your tongue. We'll meet at the gate outside the Palace District on Moon's Day, then. What? What's this? Huh? What's the matter, Seven? There's another note left in my pocket. Evidence that I forgot to turn over. I saw what you did at the shipyard. It's Silverton. Is this a joke? Chuckles, did you put this in my pocket?
No way! I told you my days of hiding notes are over.
What's it say? It's nothing. Just a prank. Nothing to worry about. Someone knows my involvement with the smuggling. Someone who was at the estate today. It's Silverton! Hello? He was literally there. You literally talked to Silverton. Woo! 100! 100! I feel like Silverton's gonna start a coup. Silverton, I believe, is the one that broke in, right? Obviously, we're going to start the next case tomorrow. Well, no, KV, I think, just doesn't want it to be true. Remember what Mavie said, like, reality's slowly setting in for him, right? He doesn't want it to be true. That's what I feel like, anyways. Yeah, I feel like the next case, we're gonna have Silverton is going to start a coup. That's what I feel like. Again, I feel like Silverton's the Moriarty of this game. Because in thinking about it, he has a habit of, like, turning things to our advantage, right? When he shows up and makes his accusations, they actually turn out to our advantage and they turn people to our side. I feel like that's intentional. And I feel like he, I feel like because he was there, he knows that we don't hold much love for the government, right? So, that's what I think is going on. Anyways, chat. Tomorrow, we'll start Case 4, which is the finale. And then, on Saturday, we're watching Godzilla -1. So hopefully I'll see you guys there for that. It's a really, really good movie. Really good movie. In the meantime, though, chat, hope you guys take care. Have a fantastic day. Stay safe and healthy. Get fit, get ripped. And I will see you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye for now, everyone.